Very good morning to all the students. In last session, we have studied about breathing. Okay, that breathing is divided into two parts. Okay, one is inhalation and second one is exhalation. Okay, in which we have studied that inhalation is the process we are taking in air. Okay, we are taking in air which is rich in oxygen. Okay, in inhalation, we are taking in air which is rich in oxygen. Okay, rich in oxygen, and in exhalation, okay, after completing inhalation, second part is exhalation, and in exhalation we are taking out the air. Okay, we are taking out the air which is rich in carbon dioxide. Hmm? Is that clear to all of you? So we have already studied about some activity also. Okay. Hmm. So let's take a look at this activity 10.3. I hope all of you have textbook right now and you can refer from it also. See, you are given some process, okay? I can say activities some. So in this figure, you are given various activities carried out by a person during a normal day. Can you say in which activity the rate of breathing will be the slowest and in which it will be the fastest? Okay, rate of breathing will be slowest and fastest. Assign number to the pictures in the order of increasing rate of breathing according to your experience. Okay, so simply first of all you are given some washing of clothes. Okay, I can say after this second one you are given of sleeping. After this third one you are given only sitting. Okay, the one boy is reading a book. Okay, next one is walking. Okay, next one is climbing a stair, I can say. Okay, and last one is playing or dancing. Okay, dancing we can say. Okay, so try to arrange this activity, assign these activities in the increasing order. Okay, order of increasing rate of breathing. So you can say that while sleeping or breathing will be slowest. Okay, after sitting. Okay, after this walking. After this you can take a washing of cloth. Okay, next one is dancing or climbing a stair. Okay, and next one is dancing. Okay, so like this you can easily observe. Okay, you can easily say that in which activity, in which process you are getting increase of rate of breathing. Okay, so is that clear to all of you? So now let's study about how do we breathe. So just take a look at this activity 10 point, or sorry, figure 10.4. Okay, so in this you are given all this, I can say, with nomenclature you are given this figure for the human respiration system. Okay, so simply in human respiration system we are taking in air. Okay, see, normally we take in air through our nostrils. So from these nostrils, okay, nostrils, you are taking in air. Okay, it's, you can simply understand this. But from this nasal passage, okay, see, here you are given in this figure, and you can observe here that between somewhere in this throat section. Okay, somewhere in throat section, this nasal passage and oral cavity is getting attached to each other. Is that clear? So normally we take in air through our nostrils. When we inhale air, it passes through our nostrils into the nasal cavity. Okay, it's very clear. Okay, it's very easy, I can say. Okay, from the nasal cavity, air reaches our lungs through the windpipe. Okay, here you can say windpipe must be there. Okay, so you can simply understand that whenever you are talking. Okay, whenever you are, okay, you are eating something and talking. Okay, meanwhile eating you are talking also, then you can have some problems. Okay, so simply the food, okay, our food is getting stuck in this windpipe. Okay, so this is the only reason that your father or parents will be will order you, okay, or will advise you to not talk while eating. Okay, so is that clear to all of you? Okay, this is one more thing you have to study, you should study. Okay, so when we inhale air, it passes through our nostrils into the nasal cavity. From the nasal cavity, the air reaches our lungs through the windpipe. Okay, through this windpipe, air reaches through our lungs simply. Okay, lungs are present in the chest cavity. See, you are given already in chest cavity. These lungs are present. Okay, this is the lung. Okay, this is the lungs. Okay, both of these. So this cavity is surrounded by ribs on the side. See, both you are given ribs. Okay, you are given ribs. You can say ribs is ribs covers, or we can say protect lungs. Okay, covers the lungs. Okay, from outside. Okay, so this ribs is surrounded. This cavity is surrounded by ribs on the sides. Okay, a large muscular sheet called diaphragm. Okay, called diaphragm forms the floor of the chest cavity. Okay, we can say support. Okay, or we can say form a base or floor to the chest cavity. Okay, forms the chest floor to of the chest cavity. So here you can see this diaphragm. Okay, we can say below the chest cavity. Okay, is that clear to all of you? Breathing involves the movement of the diaphragm and the rib cage. Okay, breathing involves the movement of the diaphragm and the rib cage. Okay, all this rib cage and the diaphragm. Okay, so this is the basic. Now let's read this whole topic once again. So simply here you are given some basic that let us now learn about mechanism of breathing. Okay, we have already studied this mechanism. Normally we take in air through our nostrils when we inhale. Okay, I advise you to see this figure 10.4. Okay, in your textbook while I am explaining you this topic. Okay, so let us now learn about this. Normally we take in air through our nostrils. When we inhale air, it passes through our nostrils into the nasal cavity. From the nasal cavity, the air reaches our lungs. Okay, we already studied these things that from the nostril we are taking in air which is rich in oxygen. Is that clear? It is rich in oxygen, and it is the process is inhalation simply. Okay, so lungs through the windpipe. Lungs are present in the chest cavity. This cavity is surrounded by the ribs and sides. A large muscular sheet called diaphragm forms the floor of the chest cavity. Okay, so this is simply mechanism. Breathing involves the movement of the diaphragm and the rib cage. So what will be the movement? Okay, let's see here. During inhalation, ribs move up. Whenever you are taking this first part, okay, whenever you are completing this first part, inhalation, these ribs moves up and outwards, and diaphragms move down. Hmm? Ribs moves up and outwards, both at the same time. Okay, up and outside, outwards, and this diaphragm moves down. Okay, diaphragm moves down. This movement increases space in our chest cavity. So we can say our lungs will be expand. Is that clear? This movement increases space in our chest cavity and air rushes into the lungs. The lungs get filled with air. Okay, it's simply all the air we are taking in. Okay, which is rich in oxygen is coming into the lungs directly. Okay. So during exhalation, okay, this was the part of inhalation. We have already completed this 3 to 4 lines, but now we are going to study about exhalation. So during exhalation, ribs move down and inwards. Okay, the opposite movement. Okay, moves down, ribs moves down and inwards, both at the single time. Okay, at one time only. Okay, so while diaphragm moves up. Okay, we can say in the original position. Okay, diaphragm moves up to in the its former position. Okay, this reduces the size of the chest cavity. Simply we can say in exhalation we are already taking out some air. Okay, which is rich in carbon dioxide. Okay, so while diaphragm moves up to the former of its former position, this reduces the size of the chest cavity and air is pushed out. pushed out of the lungs. Okay, so this movement in our body can be felt easily. Okay, you can understand this thing very easily. Okay, you can even copy this exam. Okay, you can even copy this topic in your exam. Okay, while writing in exam, you can just understand your breathing. Okay, and write it down. That's it. Take a deep breath, keep your palm on the abdomen, feel the movement of the abdomen. What do you find? Hmm? So just try it. Okay, try it by yourself. After having learned that during breathing there are changes in the size of the chest cavity. Okay, it's directly we can say this air is going to lungs, and this we can say this there is a change. Okay, there is a minor change in the chest cavity, size of the chest cavity. Children got involved in the chest expansion competition. Okay, everyone everyone was boasting that she or he could expand it the maximum. How about doing this activity in the class with your classmates? Okay, so I hope this is clear to all of you. Okay, this figure 10.4 mainly, and I can say this human respiration system. Okay, and here you are given one more warning that you should. I suggest you to learn and understand this dangerous thing. Okay, smoking damages lungs. Okay, because while the one smoking, okay, while the one is smoking, it damages lungs directly because the in inhalation this things goes to lungs directly. Okay, smoking is also linked to cancer. It must be avoided. Okay, see, simply understand that our heart, okay, or our lungs can take air which is rich in oxygen only. Okay, if you are taking something we can say, okay, dust or something, let's say litter. Okay, or we can say anything bad or any bad thing. Okay, or tobacco or anything else. So our lungs must have to do some extra work. Okay, so we are not supposed to give him some burden. Okay, and that's why this smoking damages lung. Okay, it's simply smoking is also linked to cancer. It must be avoided. Okay, so I hope this topic is clear to all of you. In next session we will study about this activity 10.4 and 10.5. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you very much and have a nice day to all of you.